Assalamu alaikum. My today's recipe is pumpkin pie with potatoes. So let's see how to make it. So here is the list of things that you will be needing to make pumpkin pie or mitha kaddu. So you will be needing like 4 to 6 tablespoons of vegetable oil. These are the two small pieces of pumpkin. And I have over here tamarind, seedless, and it's also called imli. And I'm using this about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm soaking it in water, and when it is fully soaked, I will be using that about, I will just make it into a paste, and I'll be using it 1/4 of a teaspoon, very little in the end. I have onion, which is half a big onion, which is half onion. Big onion is half. If it is a small onion, just one full small onion. And I have 2 potatoes. I'm taking 1 large potato and 1 small. Here are the spices I'll be using. So I have 1 teaspoon of salt, crushed pepper flakes. It is about 1 teaspoon. And over here I have kalonji. We also call this kalonji or black cumin. And over here I have cumin right here, which is about 1/4 of a teaspoon. This is fennel seed, which is which is also called soft. It is about 1/4 of a teaspoon. So again, quickly I'll tell you in Urdu, it is kuti mirch is right here, 1 teaspoon, namak 1 teaspoon, kalonji 1/4 of a teaspoon, safed zira 1/4 of a teaspoon, and fennel seeds soft is 1/4 of a teaspoon. That's all you will be needing for the spices. So this is tamarind. This is the one I'm using. It is seedless, and it is also called imli. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to cut the onions. Just slice them just like that, plain. And nothing fancy about this. Just cut them just like that into thin slices. And I'll show you. For this recipe, I always peel off my potato because in this recipe you do not put any peel of the potato. It just doesn't go with the recipe. So quickly just peel off the skin from the potatoes and cut them like straight like that. See? So when you're adding pumpkin, add the potatoes with the pumpkin and just let them simmer on a very, very low flame. And here's my pumpkin. That's how I will take out the seeds from the middle, because you don't want to put the seeds in the dish. So just quickly, I washed it actually. You can get this pumpkin from any Indian or Pakistani store. I got this from Indo-Pak. So over here, I'm going to show you how to cut the pumpkin. It's washed already. I washed it. And now, since the skin is very, very hard, so what I do is I cut this pumpkin like this, just like that. It's a bit hard, but it's doable. And if you cut them into smaller pieces, it's easier, just like that. Do you see? I did it. And now I'll show you just one piece, how to cut it. See, take it in your hand and just start cutting it. Like I said, if the pieces are small, it is easier to cut. If you have big pieces, it's going to be hard for you to take off the skin. So it's kind of even harder for me. Let me cut it into even smaller pieces than that. It's much easier to have it in your hand. And now look how I'm cutting it. And here you go. I got a clean piece right here. And again, I'm going to just cut it. It's kind of difficult for me also. Here you go. And why not we just make them small pieces right here. Now I can hold it in my hand and cut it. just like this. And if you have another way to take off the skin, go ahead, search it up on the net, and you find an easier way, go ahead and do it. So now I'm gonna slice them just like that, and make sure you just cut them into smaller pieces for cooking purposes, like this. Do you see that? My daughter loves pumpkin, so that's why I'm making pumpkin for her. And there you go. These are the small pieces. It's kind of hard, believe me or not, but I am doing it. And here you go. Now, I think you got the hint of it, how to do it. So now I have added my onions into a pot on a medium flame, and I am adding about 4 to 6 tablespoons of oil, vegetable oil, and I'm gonna make this onion like golden brown, dark golden. Now, as you can see, my onions have gotten a very nice golden color. And at this point, I will just add my veggies and my spices. So this is my pumpkin, which I already cut. So it's about, I would say, 4 to 5 cups of cut pumpkin. And this is my potatoes. They are about 2 cups. So just to give you a little bit of measurement. And now I'm going to add them into my brown onion. Now you can see I have added pumpkin and the potatoes into the golden brown onions, and just mix them very well, just like that. And now I have all my spices, and I will be adding them into my pumpkin. And now mix it very well, evenly, just like I am doing it. And once it's mixed very well, then first on a high flame, then on a very low flame. Now close the lid just like this, and cook it on a very lowest flame for about, I would say, 20 to 30 minutes, and then check. Been like 10 minutes, and I'm gonna check on the pumpkin. It is cooking very nicely, and I think I leave it for another 10 minutes on the stove. Close lid, and we'll check back like in 10 minutes again. So now after 15-20 minutes, as you can see, the pumpkin is completely cooked. And let me check the potato, and it is done too. And it's time. I should be adding my tamarind in it. So here is the water. I'm going to just remove the water. And now I will just mash the imli like this. Just mash it. And here you go. And I'll add just a little bit, like maybe, I'll add just maybe the water, the imli, just a little bit, maybe. Just taste it and see how it is. Like, don't add all of it. Add like 1 teaspoon first, and then see how it tastes. And if you want to add more, then you can. So now I am adding this in there, and I will just mix it well. And I have added the imli. So now you can see I have added the imli just a little bit, and I have dished out my pumpkin and potato, and I tasted it. It came out to be very delicious. One thing I wanted to advise you: if you don't want to add the imli or tamarind, don't do it. It is fine without it. But if you want to, but be very careful, don't add a lot. Just try to add like 1 teaspoon with the water. Added water, 1 teaspoon, and see how it tastes, and then add the rest. But don't just put a lot of imli or tamarind, because sometimes it doesn't taste good. So just be careful and try it and write a comment and let me know how you like this vegetable.